Are video games inherently racist? Is voice chat corrupting the youth? Should we entirely remove voice communication from competitive video games and have people use smoke signals to make call-outs? This is what we will talk about on today's video, analyzing whether or not this take is stupid. Howdy everyone, it's me, it's Kjackice, and today we're going to be talking about a bit of discourse going on Twitter, like always I guess. This is what I do. Today's bit of internet discourse is revolving around voice chat in competitive games inherently ruining the competitive nature of them. This was a take made by a Twitch admin, somebody on the Twitch council. I don't know what that is. All I know is they have a lot of power, and this person made an extremely bad take. I don't know why I'm saying this like a news reporter, but I am. Johnny, if you would, roll the footage.
The only way to have a level playing field at the highest level of play is to have is to not have voice chat, to not have people give up their linguistic profiles. I mean, and maybe you think, you know, if you are a competitive gamer, which a lot of people have been like, Steph, you clearly know nothing about competitive play. Well, competition, by the way, y'all, competition requires you to get every advantage possible. To become the top 0.01% in any video game, you have to squeeze every amount of advantage you can possibly get. Voice chat is unfair. Period.
Yes, you see, very bad, really weird take to have when your platform is mostly about gaming. It's understandable. Women and minorities suffer from a lot of harassment while playing video games online. If you even sound remotely urban, as people would like to say, then you will be harassed and called the N-word by a 12-year-old. Sometimes you get called the N-word by a grown adult. It's crazy, I know. But these things happen, such is the way online gaming has been since the Call of Duty days. What do you mean a new Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out? What do you mean it's been out since last year? Why did they call it Modern Warfare again? I've just been informed saying since the Call of Duty days does not properly show you what I mean when I say that. I mean since the original Modern Warfare days. So again, to restate, it's an understandable concern to have, but it's an extremely weird way to word that point. The competitive nature of games is not ruined by the voice chat, if not improved. League of Legends is I'm gonna stop talking like this. League of Legends is a really, really toxic game. You wanna know some of the factors that make it toxic? The fact that there are characters who can do ridiculously overpowered shit that no other character can do. The fact that some items just don't do anything and you're forced to build a specific way, causing people to shit talk you the moment you think of doing anything that goes against the grain. Making a mistake, and the fact that you have to focus on your lane, so you kind of just assume the person who made a mistake is stupid. So then you get into an argument making assumptions on what you think you saw versus what actually happened, and this argument happens over text. This isn't a game with voice chat. As most people know, League of Legends does have voice chat, but it's specifically only for the people you are currently in a party with. Voice chat is only accessible to people in a party. You have to be queued up with your team from the start to use voice chat, which is kind of fucking pointless, because most people are going to be in a TeamSpeak, Discord, or Skype while using voice chat, or Steam Voice, whoever uses Steam Voice. So a lot of the time, you will be queued with randoms, and randoms like to argue and prove that they are right about situations that they are definitely wrong about. Sometimes it would be easier to just have a voice chat button that says, "Alright, dude, I don't care. Let's try to play the game. I'm not going to explain myself if you're not going to listen." Long drawn-out arguments that happen in League's text chat would be made so much quicker and so much shorter if you could just have a voice chat. But League of Legends themselves have said back in 2014 during Season 4 and the start of Season 5, I think, we do not want to add a voice chat because it'll only make the game more toxic. And a lot of the community agreed with this for whatever fucking reason. Granted, a lot of the people who agreed with it don't use text chat and just generally don't talk in games at all. They just, they're toxic through other means. Like how a lot of people tend to mute chat and don't respond at all because they preemptively know that the game is going to be toxic. I mute all chat. I mute all chat in League when I play. I just try to play the best that I can. Any information that my team needs to give me should be given to me through pings. It's kind of limited considering the scope of how much non-verbal communication has grown in gaming, with games like Apex Legends and Fortnite adopting this expanded ping system. But in League, you have a very limited amount of options, and it's understandable for what the game is. I feel like they should work on that, because that'll actually be a better argument than saying like, yeah, voice chat inherently makes the game less competitive. And that's my exact point here. This argument in the way it was worded, this opinion in the way it was worded, I should say, is dumb. It's just dumb. It's a dumb opinion. Anybody can see, and most people will agree, that voice chat is a necessity in games. Voice chat should be an option. Taking away voice chat is stupid. Now, if you're saying at a casual level and a online competitive level, then it's still stupid, because I know you're not talking about on a grand stage tournament level voice chat needs to be taken away. Like, there's no way that this argument can be worded that makes it not stupid. You would have to change what the argument is entirely to make it not stupid. I understand people get kind of antsy, and people harass in voice chat and all that stuff. Women, especially girl gamers, get fucking harassed for no goddamn reason. No reason. Like, I can understand if they're being a bitch, but like, fuck me, dude. If a girl's just like making call outs and shit, and the first thing you do is start just breathing down your mic like, you got a problem, bro. you just straight up have a problem. Like, I can understand, getting a little excited that there's a girl playing a game, because you don't really run into them a lot and they usually don't talk. But it's like when you start like doing schoolyard bullying, like fucking kicking sand at a girl because you want their attention, it's like, calm down, dude. Just calm down. That's too much. If you start making conversation with a girl and they ignore you, leave it at that. They don't owe you anything, man. They don't owe you anything. So I get it. I understand that women get harassed, minorities get harassed. I'm black. Fucking the moment anybody suspects I'm black in a fucking game is the moment that they start getting hella racist. And speaking of racism, this leads me to my next point from this Twitch admin. I said I wouldn't do the voice anymore. I said I wouldn't do it. The next bit I want to talk about here is this follow-up clip from this admin of them essentially saying, in their opinion, most gamers are white supremacists. Now, if you don't believe me, here's the clip.
No, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists. Sorry. Just a fact of how I feel.
Notice how the clip cuts off right before they correct themselves and say, in their opinion. The person I got this clip from probably didn't mean to do that, or they did mean to do it to make her look bad. I don't fucking know. I ain't about that. They already said some stupid shit. I'm not gonna make them look worse. They're doing that themselves.
So in my spare time, I go out to my yard. In my spare time, I go out to my yard and I prance around, and I eat grass. And I just watch it because it helps me feel like in tune with my dear self. With my dear self.
Maybe down a little bit.
I'm not trying to fucking gain anything here. I'm just talking. So they did correct themselves. They were looking to say, in their opinion. So continuing on, they said this, and this is stupid too. Gamers can be racist. A lot of them are racist. A lot of them are not white supremacists though. White supremacy requires a little bit of education and a little bit of conversion. You have to be taught that stuff. You have to be taught racism, but you can be ignorant and racist. A white supremacist is pretty fucking, like, aware that they're racist. Somebody can say racist things and not entirely mean it, and they can be extremely misguided. A white supremacist does not believe they're misguided. They believe everyone else is misguided. A majority of gamers are not white supremacists. That's a really fucking weird take. It's really weird to say, I think most gamers, in my opinion, are white supremacists. And I'm fucking black saying this. One of my friends was racist. I don't talk to him anymore, but when I talked to him back then, they were racist, and a lot of that shit stemmed from their parents. The people that raised them teaching this stuff. And the irony of the situation is that almost everyone they were friends with were people of color, LGBT people, and they had these weird opinions that boiled down to, if you're gay, it's a mental illness, or if you're black, you're this, if you're Asian, you're this. They had all of these really weird takes, but they were a genuinely cool person. Like, and that was one of those things where it's like, it hurt me to grow up and realize that they were racist and like homophobic and all that shit because of how they were taught. Because they were a nice person. They were a cool person. I liked hanging out with them. And they never said anything fucking racist to me. They were just racist in general. And they had this weird preemptive way of thinking that every black, Asian, Hispanic person is the way that I've heard them described. They're this, they're that, they're this. And I've been told this from when I was a kid. All of this stuff is true. It has to be true. So they apply these things right off the bat before meeting anyone. And it really did show. So when I say not all gamers are white supremacists, because that person that I'm talking about is not a white supremacist. They were just extremely fucking misguided. And I'm talking about them like they died. I just don't talk to them anymore. When I knew them, they just wanted to smoke weed and play video games. They said stupid racist shit, but at the end of the day, they were a cool person. They would never fucking hurt anyone. And just to, fill in the blank there, everyone has told them, back when I did know them, that what they were saying was not cool. And they would always follow that up in response with, well, this is just what I was taught. And why would they lie to me about this stuff? And it's like, hey man, people lie. And we were kids and like preteens back then, so it would be different if you were an adult, but at that stage in their life, they could easily start believing that shit. It's understandable. People can grow up and change. I don't know how they are now, but I hope they've changed. But back to my point, not all gamers are white supremacists. They can be racist. A lot of gamers are racist, but people can change, and it requires a certain knowledge, a certain teaching to become a white supremacist. You have to genuinely believe that everybody else is misguided, and you have to take back your place in social standing. So, let's not go that far. Let's not antagonize people who have done nothing. For the people who have done something, hey, you're on the ball, but you're basically taking a fucking machine gun and spraying down a hallway and just saying like, well, the 12 people I shot are shitty people, but the other 25 probably are shitty people. That's what saying that is like. So that was just the first half of that. Now we've got a second half of all of this. Another person, a Twitch ambassador, coming in to share their take on this Twitch admin's opinion. And they basically agree. I'll read it out for the people who aren't watching and just sort of listening. I know how you guys are. I do that too. Alright, so Lizzinlavida says, Twitch ambassador, second place finisher in Twitch Rivals Apex Legends TwitchCon 2019. Here to tell you that mandatory voice chat in competitive games gives marginalized communities a distinct disadvantage by forcing them to choose between silence or abuse. Now, I've already said what I had to say about, the possibilities of that, so I'm not going to go over that again, but this is what they said. And just to have a quick say on what they wrote here, they agree, TLDR, they agree with the original take, and they're using their credentials to back up what they're saying, and it's like, okay, I guess. It's really sort of weird but okay. And this is where it gets really spicy. This video is going to be kind of long. Some users replied to this. I'm not going to show their names because I don't think I want to involve other people with this. I'm just going to involve the people who basically already have a presence online. So, user number 1 says, "May as well remove everything to do with communication, right? League of Legends has one of the most toxic player bases, yet doesn't even have a voice chat. Dyslexic people have a hard time reading and are at a disadvantage, so let's remove the chat system." User number 2 chimes in, "Oh, they don't care about dyslexic people considering she pushed my criticisms away using the point that I'm dyslexic." And then Liz ends up replying to this and says, "I honestly do sympathize, but you're using your disability to try and shut down my concerns about an entirely unrelated topic, so you can fuck right off. Sorry, not sorry." And then somebody just says like, "Holy shit." Now, as you can see, they're kind of coming off as dismissive and misunderstanding what they said and what the original point was saying. Like, this whole thing is about voice chat. Nobody is forcing you to use voice chat. So your argument really does just boil down to get rid of voice chat. And I'm sorry if that's like twisting the original argument, but that's really what it sounds like, because nobody forces you to use voice chat in an online video game in ranked. You should be asking developers to implement better ping systems, especially because you're playing a game like Apex Legends. Apex Legends is one of the best games for nonverbal communication. Characters' voice lines literally call things out. If you have your sound turned on at all, you know where everything is. People will ping stuff. Most players don't even use their mics. The only people using their mics in Apex Legends are usually going to already be partied up in a Discord. So it's not like it's that frequent. So that's that point out of the way, but there's more. Like I said, you can see they're already kind of dismissive. They're really not going to listen to anybody's takes, and they keep going. Here's another tweet that they had where they said, "Members of marginalized communities are abused and harassed in gaming. Period." They didn't say period, it's just that's the end of the sentence there. "If your response to this is to get mad at me for saying it, you're the problem." This tweet got ratioed too, and I understand why, because it comes from a really snarky place where it's like, if you can't understand what I'm saying, then you're the issue. And it's like, okay, so no, you worded what you said really badly, if not incoherently, pretty much. You said there was an issue here, and then when somebody gave their opinion and challenged you on it, you said, that wasn't the issue I was talking about. If you're talking about harassment in gaming for women and minorities, then yes, everybody knows that's an issue. Only dude bros don't know that's an issue. And as we all know, nobody fucking cares about dude bros. They buy their copy of fucking Madden 7000 and in 2K 400 and play the yearly release of Call of Duty. Nobody gives a fuck about dude bros' opinions. Especially in games like fucking super popular shooters and MOBAs. Nobody fucking cares at all about their opinions. So in a newer tweet, they basically doubled down on what they were saying. That's pretty apparent. And somebody replied, "This may be true, but you're taking the option to choose to talk to people away from others. Instead of taking that option away from everyone, even good people, they made a mute option." And then Liz replies, "Nobody wants to take away your voice chat, you fucking illiterate fuck." Your original tweet is what stemmed this. Confusion aside about the way you word your point. Then, another player/Twitch streamer voices their opinion on this situation and adds in some truth to an earlier statement that Liz made about placing second in Apex Legends at TwitchCon. Rami OW, I can only assume that means Overwatch. Rami OW says, "I really don't want to add to the discourse or anything. I've been harassed over video games numerous times, as have a lot of my friends, all for the same reasons. So I understand that point of view. But you didn't finish second place in Twitch Rivals Apex. Source, I was on your team." Now there's more. I'll get to my opinion after this. Then there was a sort of interaction in DMs between these two, and I'll just read through the DMs because this, again, posted publicly. I'll just read through the DMs. Liz, I assume, messages Rami saying, okay, lol, kind of a bitch move. Honestly, you couldn't send me a DM or something? Just gonna hop on the dog pile with everyone else? I only saw it because I was scrolling my timeline. I muted that tweet forever ago. I'm honestly really hurt at how you decided to handle that. And Rami replies, I literally didn't dogpile, ? I didn't agree with the misinformation of our performance at LAN. It has nothing to do with everyone else's disagreement and jumping on you about voice chat. Then Liz replies, K, go fuck yourself, honestly, if that's the thing you took the most issue with out of all this. And then Rami replies, I take issue with it because I didn't want to be untruthful about how we played. Liz replies, and decided the best way to handle that wasn't privately or even after the fucking harassment was over, but right in the midst of the shitstorm publicly. Yeah, I understand. Rami replies, you tweeted something incorrect. Maybe, ? It's wrong to correct someone like that. But I also don't think it's fair to use a fact that isn't truthful to push your ideas, good or not. If you want to be mad at me, that's fine, but it doesn't change the fact that you didn't tell the truth, whether by mistake or not. Liv replies, you're being a monumental bitch right now. You understand that you're directly contributing to the people harassing me, and you stand by that? Rami replies, I don't think telling the truth about our standings contributes anything to your harassment that wasn't already there to begin with. I'm not trying to be a bitch. I just wanted to clarify that our TwitchCon performance wasn't as good as you made it out to be. That's literally it. Liz replies, you're literally drawing more attention to it. Just let it fucking die, please. It's been 2 straight days and I'm tired. Rami replies, I'm sorry that you're getting harassed and you don't deserve that harassment, but I don't think I deserve how you're treating me for setting the facts straight. Liz replies, I thought we were pleasant acquaintances at least. Close enough to warrant a private conversation before you blast me publicly. How am I treating you? LOL. What the fuck ever. And then Rami replies, finally, the last thing of these DMs that they posted, I didn't even blast you. What? ? That was all the DMs between these two. And then Rami posted all of these DMs in a tweet along with the original tweet that they made saying, I thought I was nice, but I guess not. Not gonna hold back then. Lizzinlavida, a Twitch ambassador and my ex-teammate, lied about our performance in TwitchCon 2019's Apex tournament. And when I calmly corrected the facts, she came to harass me. I don't even disagree with you. And 2 ? Now, it seems like Liz is understandably under a lot of stress for what they said and receiving a lot of harassment. And I mean, I hate to say it, but that's kind of to be expected. You voice any type of opinion on the internet, especially if you're a woman, you're gonna get harassed by dickheads. But in this case, a lot of level-headed people are coming across trying to understand where you're coming from better, and you are also shit-talking those people. So you're putting yourself in a very bad light and you're handling the situation very poorly. And you're kind of self-destructing because of all of this. The harassment's not going to stop until this situation dies down fully. And Rami's got a point. Their correcting of false information truly does not contribute any more to the harassment that Liz is getting. Rami seems like they have really fucking good morals and just did not want to take the chance of being lumped in with Liz's poor handling of this situation because of a lie that happened. And I don't think that it was by mistake because of the way that Liz proudly kind of just uses it as an accolade. It's like, yeah, I'm a high performing Apex player. You know, I've come second place in the tournament. That's pretty fucking good. Second place out of however many players. So I think my opinion is valid. And Rami did not like that. And that's understandable. I wouldn't like it either. I would do the same thing if somebody who I played with was using false information to try to further their opinion's validation. So this whole situation is just really fucking weird. It's a lot of bad takes that are being backed up in a really disingenuous way. I understand the issues that these people are talking about, but this is not how you go about this. You can't try to trick and deceive people into believing that things happen when they really do happen. You don't need to fucking lie about it because it just brings down the overall believability of the group you're trying to fight for. And the more bad apples in the bunch doing bad things, the more people are going to look at the entire group and just say, well, I'm not going to fucking trust anything any of them say. And you don't want that to happen. You really don't. As they say in politics, it's bad optics. And it really is. You're telling dyslexic people, oh, you're using your disability to fucking try to be more correct than me, borderline saying shit like that. You're calling people illiterate fucks because you think that they don't understand what you're saying. Everyone who saw those two opinions, the original one and Liz's follow-up for it, has stated that this is about voice chat in video games. We understand the greater implications of voice chat being a gateway for mass amounts of toxicity and harassment, but taking it away is not the way to go about that. That's a really lazy and stupid way of dealing with that situation. And that's pretty much the point that I'm trying to make with this video. The weird part is that I said that at the beginning of the video. If you stuck around this long, then geez, you really must like hearing me talk, or you must need white noise or something. Hopefully my video provided that. Well, this is the end of the video. That's all the information for now. I don't think I'll be making a follow-up to this. I just think it's weird that there are so many people trying to turn this into a bigger situation than it is, when in reality, this wasn't about harassment of people in video games. This was about a poor way of dealing with harassment. People getting harassed in video games is already an issue people are talking about. You may not see it a lot, but it is being talked about. And there are a lot of greater things that contribute to that, and contribute to the image of women and minorities in gaming and all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff that contributes to it becoming better. But there are also, especially for women, for whatever fucking reason, a lot of people who bring down the overall image drastically. It is amazing how one person can bring down the image of an entire group of people. And maybe you can chalk it up to people being misogynistic or just sexist, but I wouldn't even really do that, because that's just like, okay, so you experienced bad examples of female gamers, so now your idea of all women who play video games is literally that one bad example. Sometimes that can just be the case. Sometimes it can just be the case that somebody might just be sexist or misogynistic. Other times, people just tend to not like it. Well, like I said, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button. I do not have a very tight upload schedule, so hit that bell notification. It'll be your best friend if you've been enjoying my content. If you have an opinion on this, put it down below. I'd love to see what people think about this. If you like the video, you like the way all of this was presented, then hit that like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. It's there for a reason, and the feedback is very much appreciated. So, that's all I've got for you today, but until next time, remember to stay cool.